already locking in the first headshot as well. Something Westside thrives at. GX finding themselves a man to the good as the spike's going down on C.
Yeah, they've really struggled on the defensive side of this map. It's going to be interesting to see if they're able to fix their issues. VALORANT, well, he had a bit of a troublesome week last week. It doesn't look like it's getting any better. Cooper under pressure. But he will be able to fall back to his teammate. That ex-duo of Liquid Academy looking to try and hold the line. It's all onto Ninja. He will not be able to do so. A solid first round.
And the B-side plant already coming through. Got to be cautious of the flank, but that's exactly what Ninja's doing, locking that down with a deeper play from VALORANT. Losing CNED, not ideal, but of course, 7 is here to pull back every advantage. And Ara's almost teasing them with it. Oh, it's so close. The shots don't land yet, but in the end, it seemed inevitable.
I'm hoping that GX have worked on having a little bit more in the tank. This retake setup seems to be the goal, but they are losing those fights again, though. Westside springing to life. He's given a small chance. Might make things a little bit more difficult for 7 in the backline. In fact, nice. It's semi-been checked, but the trades have worked. Even still, though, 7 comes alive again. Already, it could be 2 aces in 5 rounds if he can manage to take it home. He's in the right place at the right time, and already! What is going on? We had Chloric, another import.
Oh, there's his get-out-of-jail-free card now. He's going to sustain those fights. The stun is perfect, and he nearly gets away with it.
Nice try.
CNED, one hell of a try. But the round falls again into the hands of GX. That would have been a big one to...
They now need to swing out of the pit. They need to go looking to try and deny. And the second they are, they're just waiting on the other side. It was an idea to stop them getting back into the site, but the second they did, that post plant fell apart.
Yeah, it's affected Cage from Flickless. He has a safe space to jump into. Cloud's following up. Now they'll double swing. 7 manages to isolate one, dodges the shots, and slides in for a little action. Neon on Neon. Wide goes Ara and puts 7 in the dirt. Keep on ticking it. Shall Paranoia sent through. Now it's time for Pacific to close the distance, but they haven't accounted for Flickless. Up close, already taking one, leaving another on a sliver of health, and it looks like nothing but a sea of success.
Nasty. Still has a flash available as well, so jumping out might be a bit of a risk, but never mind. Westside with his 3rd of the round, and Flickless there to close once again.
CNED isolated from Cupert. Looks like Cupert's going to make his way through Garage to meet up, but CNED's already backed up, given the space, great awareness, and a good play in a 2v2. Oh, here we go. Deep play by 7, and Cloud just clarts him. Unbelievable. Cupert stuck inside the window, will be slid on by Ara. This is chaos. I've seen death matches with more of a defensive and offensive line, more structure than what I'm witnessing here, and don't slow it down. For God's sake!
He hit the shots.
What's going on? What is he doing?
No, Grabinio on the other side. Time has been ticking. CNED needs to move, needs to move. He spotted him, but Grabinio's going to close it. Oh, the round is over. So is the game. We've now got to see if they've been able to do that in fairly quick fashion.
Well, aggression from GX. We saw this as a downside on the previous map, something Pacific were ready for, but this time VALORANT lurking out on that veto, gets caught off guard. Westside delivering headshots! And now a 4 versus 2 thanks to his efforts. The flank coming through, connects every shot, and 4v1. A kill under his belt already, but 20 HP left. D is done for, and Flickless makes sure of it. Falling behind in this series already. One series behind them that didn't go all too well, and the end of stage 1 could be just around the corner for them. Cupert manages to land one, CNED on another, and there he is! We saw glimpses towards the end of the last map, but he finds them all here, and so the rotate already underway. Decent buy for Pacific, of course, yet again, with a rocket launcher. It only finds one, and it's a trade. Ara's been doing so well. Another opening duel under his belt. Being on fire, but hold on! He might have opened the round, but the door shut in their face. 7 pushes forward. The Cosmic Divide shrouding his steps as he gets up close, but a player behind. It's Grubby, who's ended up taking the kills. CNED shot in the back, and the round falls into the hands of GX once again. But this time, it's gonna have so much more of a sting to it.
he's going to be able to avoid a lot of this utility. That's a surprise factor that I still feel like some might not necessarily be used to being dead. He's not immune to a bullet to the face. Nightfall hits onto 7, so he's down to just 1 health. They haven't even destroyed any of the trips. It's going to make things even harder to get through this utility unscathed. Well, nice shots from Ninja.
And again, it just goes to show this guy has got such a high ceiling, and this time he's operating on it. But Ninja's pulled this back. Now a doable round till Ara sings in, and Cupert left alone. The shot lands to start. The man of the hour. He's faked it to start, and Cupert's not falling for it. He was waiting for the second tap, swings in and misses the shot, but buying time is all he needs to do. Ara gets ahead of the problem, and plenty of time for the defuse. The golden child down on that stage. What a return to form for Ara.
I'm guessing the utility might not be at the forefront of what he's planning to do. I have a feeling he's just going to try and shooty his way out of this one.
If it's right, it's my idea. Okay. 9-3 for GX.
30 seconds
and a chance to really hammer home this victory. They're going aggressive with the Sheriffs. And it's going to be 2 wallbang headshots, missed shots on the other side.
Okay. Cage gets him out. Do they know there's a second player here? Well, they do now. And it might not matter too much. There you go. There's a slow. I don't even... Oh, it did hit. Just about. VALORANT in a good position. Again, it has not been a week to remember for him. Can he have that standout moment? It's going to be 1, but he's definitely facilitated CNET to make that 3. The third one, well, a little bit of luck that goes a long way.
Bleed out those credits from Pacific. And he won't even get close. CNET on another 4K. And CNET sitting back in spawn with the up, hoping for an overextension, but there is none. Instead, looking to meet them head on the flank, finding a double. In goes a Nightfall, though. This is going to catch the majority. Does it reach all the way to the back? No, it doesn't. It leaves a bit of a gap, and in fact, that gap is the only place that they've got anyone standing. Flickless, the final one to fall. And Pacific, with a sensational retake with how it started. They're going to keep themselves alive, 11-7. It's a bit of a risk being in this spot, especially when there's a trip right beside him to hold down that push, but it has worked out. The double, an advantage is built on from here.
At the end of these next couple of months. And a pacey take being attempted. It's going to be the early trade, not too bad. 7 though, showstopper over the top, but Cloud's doing well. That Sheriff doing damage means he has his ultimate online, but did they expect Cupert? A snake in the grass, sneaking his way through, clears 1, clears 2, leaves just 1 man standing, and in fact, he'll take the lot.
Bob, I like this. This could completely catch them off guard holding mid, but Westside not one to miss those kinds of shots. Oh, man. They are ready for this swing, waiting for it, and Ara doesn't need any help. But VALORANT with a triple. They're still in this. They're still alive. Pacific have fought their way back, and the game far from over.
And now the only one left, he will fall as well. VALORANT with another high-impact triple.
Enough, at least it wasn't in regulation. Now to fight their way back on the attack side, the one that they struggled to find rounds on. Already blitzing in and losing Ara on the entry. It seems unusual in this map to see him lose an opening duel.
They are going to find them 2 players about to round the corner. 1 dead immediately, the second as well. Map 3 looking inevitable. With the spike dropped, it's now a retrieval mission. Utility having to be used just to try and claim that back. And Grabidio's space.
Pacific have come back through. And for all intents and purposes, they have snuffed out that flame of GX. Map 2 lands for Pacific. They're going all the way to split. A comeback for the ages. And pressure about to come through the bottom. CNET dodges the flash. Beautiful shot onto Ara as well, starting with a first kill for CNET. So much damage done! But GX, they battle back 45 or less on every single player. But a 4v2.
Is anybody going to give them an opportunity?
1 enemy remaining.
Doesn't look like it. Westside's fighting. Ninja does at least get a couple for his trouble.
Right now they've all flooded in. A sea of blue, of cyan, and well, Westside's turning it red, but they've lost 2 battles. Pacific fighting their way right back into this. They didn't even invest. This is not a force, but they are a force to be reckoned with. Cloud, 21 HP, but 3 weapons pointed right back. 10 seconds, and no chance? Surely. He doesn't have time to plant it. Only one of them needs to play. A mistake needed for him to have any chance here. And well, planting is definitely not how you're going to win this round. Cloud done for. In the end, it's Ninja's triple. Arrow's gone through the stun. The Waylay dive as well, but they're not accounting for another player. So close inside the smoke. 7 gets a second, but all his teammates have fallen. Ninja now last alive. Fires through the Nightfall. Good information to play with. No trail going back towards main. Catches Ara in the open. In goes the reveal, and Ninja won't lose this one. The ult, when he's all alone, is a risk taken, but there's your reward. And it will be the defense to drop theirs as they continue to walk down mid. GX waiting again, though. The patience there on the attack side. They find a huge reward. Ara with the double, and Flickless follows up. They force themselves into main. It's going to be 7 alongside Cupid, but it's only 7 that's needed to hold the line. Clean shots without the shields, and clearly he doesn't need them. Westside and Cloud, 2v5. The shoe on the other foot now as 7 storms the site.
A slow attack, a fast defense, and VALORANT looking to claim that headshot machine title, but there is other contenders in the server. Ara maybe being one of them. A pistol switch in the middle of the fight. Cupid at least claiming 1, but it's the advantage in the favor of GX.
And it looks like they'll give him the space to stabilize, to get this plant down and flip the clock into his favor. He's very close to the elbow, but that gets him round. Well, okay, very close to the elbow and goes there with his knife out. Big mistake.
To do something here.
Fine time.
Already.
Got it half, though.
Got it to half, and that's definitely a problem. Somebody's going to have to swing this and hold in the angle. The wraparound not going to do anything. They manage to stabilize and convert. I have faith.
Sky's out.
See, good start.
Nicely done.
Gone. Flickless.
It's not push.
Gonna take a bit of it. 3 players alive. They're gonna keep 3 players alive. That's 3 would be fine. 2 would be worrying. 2 would be worrying. And if anybody else was to get caught from here, it would be an absolute nightmare. How? Maybe going to rely on other ultimates. They're going to have to rely on other ultimates because VALORANT is already dead. And well, I guess they just weren't feeling it. A chance for Ninja, but again, a nice attempt.
His job is to clear this out, to find this defender if they're on side, but Cloud catches them all. A double with time too far gone. It's 11 for GX. Troops, and in fact, the pit is going to fall. Now that whole defensive wing completely crumbles as Grubby lands both. Gibson genuinely screamed, just wait 30 times during the timeouts, but if he did, perfectly played. Hold on. There's still some life in Pacific. We've seen them bounce back in some big clutch moments before. And now it's only the Viper from the pit left standing. Flickless does well, but CNED, he buys Pacific at least one more fight.
But as of right now, they're yet to find that fight, and they're splitting up themselves. A chance still for Ara. A chance to maybe take this here and now, but it's Cupid. He will keep them in the map. Another fight back from Pacific. Basically out of the map. It felt like this was a done deal. Or maybe we're looking at the other side, and it's just like GX can't win around the second they get to 12. Ara is looking to change that. The operator with the opener. Pressure being placed on, but Ara's there again. They've been fantastic in their retakes with a 2-man advantage. Make it a little more. This time, it doesn't look like it's going to go back the other way unless Cupid has one of the clutches for the ages. Not this time. GX have managed to finish their second dinner.